What's going on, y'all? Alex from Connor and Alex here. I just want to discuss some of my choices for episode 1, season 1 of The Walking Dead by Telltale Games. Uh, so I think the first major decision was choosing between Duck or Sean. It looks like most people chose to save Duck, which is understandable because he's a kid, and people want to prioritize the kids, which makes perfect sense. But I chose to go with Sean because just the mere fact that we don't really know Duck at this point. All we know is he's a kid, but Sean is the one we actually have some history with. He showed us hospitality, brought us back to his farm, let us sleep in his barn, and we had that little conversation with him when we were fixing the fence with him. So, we know him more than Duck, so I chose to go with Sean. And then also, it's kind of Duck's fault that his leg was pinned in the first place because he drove the tractor over his leg. So, it's kind of Duck's fault. But then at the same time, Kenny could have helped us save him. So at the end of the day, it's actually Kenny's fault. So that's why I chose to go with Sean. But if you went with Duck, I could understand that too. So, not pointing fingers or anything like that. 54% defended Kenny, pretty understandable because Larry was just, he wants, like Kenny said, he's the one advocating killing a kid, and we can't go with that. I think the next major decision in the episode was to give that girl Irene the gun. She wanted to kill herself because she was bit. Looks like I was in the minority. 47% gave her the gun. I think people didn't give her the gun for, there's a few reasons. One, the noise would attract walkers. But even before that, it's a waste of a bullet. So I could understand that. I think a lot of people probably went with that. It's a waste of a bullet. You could use that bullet on walkers. So I could understand the people that gave her the gun. And then, of course, morally speaking, a lot of people don't believe in suicide. But we would have to agree to disagree on that point. I actually do believe in mercy killing and suicide. She was bit, so she was going to die anyways. And, I think she has the right to go out on her own terms and not die slow and suffer until she turned into a walker. So I gave her the gun for that reason. I think she has the right to kill herself. If I was bit and I didn't want to die slow and turn into a walker, I would hope someone would allow me to go out on my own terms and shoot myself. So, just as a matter of principle, I gave her the gun because of that. And then the last major decision was choosing between Doug or Carly. I chose Carly. I'm actually surprised that that's not the majority. I feel like in the short time that we knew both of them, we had a much stronger bond with Carly. She knew about our secret that we were a convicted murderer, and she said that she would keep it to herself. So that give her credit for that. Also, when we first got to the drugstore and we all got in there, Lily was like, "What are you doing letting these people in?" And Carly was the one who was pushing back against her, saying, we can't just let these people die out there. We got to go out. So, she was sticking her neck out for us. Also, when Clementine got jumped by the walker in the bathroom, I pulled that walker off of her, or Lee pulled the walker off of her, and then we were struggling with that walker, and then Carly was the one that saved us. She shot the walker. So she saved our life there, basically. So, you know, Doug never saved our life like that. Um, so yeah, she trusted us, she trusted us that we were a good person. She said that she knew that we were a murderer, but she said that she thinks that none of that matters and that we're actually a good guy from what she gathered. So basically, we just had a stronger bond with Carly, in my opinion. Doug, we didn't really know anything about him. Nothing against him. Nothing against the people that chose to save him. But I just felt that Lee had a stronger bond with Carly at this point. So I saved Carly. And, of course, as a man, it's my natural instinct to save the woman and not the man. So, you know, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Also, she's the one that has the skills with the gun. So there's another thing going for her. So yeah, and that's basically it for episode 1, season 1, explaining my decisions. If you have any more questions about some of the decisions I made, just let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you.